Rican, and we're gonna have an open mic. We're gonna have it real tight. We're gonna have some fun now. Me and all the gang rhyming for each other while we do our thing. What's up, everybody? Man, I'm so excited to be here. I apologize for the glitch in the system that didn't let people sign on, but tell your friends the list is open. We have 15 open micers so far. So if you have somebody that's been dying to get on this open mic, because a lot of people have, let them know, come on in, and we'll put them on the list right now in the chat. That's how we're gonna do that. It has been amazing. Let me put who we do have thus far in the chat. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the New Eurekan Poets Cafe online open mic. It's my favorite night of the week, Thursday night, Jueves. And I am your host, the AOC of poetry, Huge Bruge, Lolita LeBronx, the Brujalicious Witch, La Bruja, Caridad de la Luz. That's me. Let me tell you, things are heating up in Brewville. I'm still here in Puerto Rico, but I do have to return in June because, June is Puerto Rican month. Over there, we celebrate so many things. And so I have to head over there, do some work with Pregones Theater. And I did a podcast interview today with Futuro Media for Latina USA Today. And I probably said some stories about the New Eurekan and my history here that I shouldn't have said. Damn, that gummy. But it was great. Stay tuned for that, of course. I mentioned my open mic family and gave you all much love, as I always do. Nisa, I gave you a shout out for being our youngest poet. I also have been invited to partake in this year's National Puerto Rican Day Parade syndication on ABC, Channel 7. I'm so honored. I found out amazing Puerto Rican poetry history in my research recently. The first Puerto Rican poet was Manuel A. Alonso. Check out his poem, El Salvaje, the Savage, and tell me he isn't speaking about today. And that was the mid-1800s when he wrote that poem. So, New Eureka. I want to do a little poem, a little classic dedicated to El Reverendo Pedro Pietri, the man that graces the face of the New Eurekan Poets Cafe, and the block is named after him, El Reverendo. New Eureka, that place somewhere between the Empire State and El Morro. Down a dripping pipe that lands pitter-pat on mommy's broken back, for lifetimes attacked, placed on front lines to fight for what we will never get back. But the soil is fertile, unlike the colonized spirit of the mass graves of the enslaved that chanted, but no one could hear it. 'Cause our heads are so far up our own asses, we can't tell the unnatural from the natural gases. But best believe we still manage to breathe and pull out in time so we won't have to breed another generation of the ill-conceived, born in search of truth but perpetually deceived, told that we are free but we cannot leave New Yorico, that place that we live for. Papi said, Americanos no tienen acentos. Americans don't have accents, except the kind you sprinkle on your food and pretend that compared to abuelita's cooking, your cooking's just as good. Yeah, go ahead. Pour some more on for me. Call it sazon, even though it's made by Pillsbury. So obvious when the main ingredient is MSG. The message is to love all that isn't we, and the doughboy in the White House just goes hee hee hee. World War I, World War II, World War Infinity, but resistance existed through word war divinities, coming in the form of El Reverendo Pedro Pietri, who fought a war of no good and plenty. And he still speaks to our people, forcing us out from behind tenement peepholes to find a place where we can all feel equal and realize all along your heart knew you were so rico. And when you realize that, that's when you're there. Welcome to New York. Yes. All right, so we've got thus far on this list. You got 4 minutes to do your thing, and maybe 5 minutes if there's not enough people listed up. So I'll give you some poetic license and liberty with time. Do your thing. All styles are welcome. Thank you to our sponsors. I'll thank them at the end. And tonight's list opens up with Marco Romeo, Tanish, Michael Sindler, Joski C, and Deneen. Let's go. Is Marco Romeo here? No? Oh, shit! What an intro for Marco. Let me just, you know what? Let's just unmute everybody. Can I do that? Do I have the power? We've been having some things. Can we unmute all? Hello. ¿Qué arroz con?
Power.
Okay, now we're talking.
Hey!
Chaos. It's chaos here.
I have been to El Moro when I was a child, though.
Oh my God.
Put your name up there, Brian. Get on the list.
I already got in.
Okay.
Oh, good. So who was second?
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh my God! Did you see who's here?
Who's here?
Little Matty Maritini's here.
Ah, Matthew.
Fresh from his college classes.
Oh yeah, I saw some of it.
All them all-nighters and stuff. He's coming to the New York to give us poetry like no one else can.
You ready, Matthew? You I know you're ready because I saw you do some new shit. Everybody's been on fire doing their new shit. It's been amazing. All of you. So let's see. Is Tanish here then? Tanish is. Let's do it, Tanish.
Okay, so I wrote this one today.
New shit.
New shit. It's called Wartime Rage, and it's about Palestine. So trigger warning. Wartime rage, any occupation of land, mind, body, action, any oppression of a being, human or animal is unnatural. Mientras matan a los colombianos, hem choregim Palestinim. Who is they, and who do they kill for what they don't have? What makes Palestinians whose land has dwindled to speckles, whose people are quote-unquote stateless, no power in the world to even apply for asylum, who suffocate from their bombs in Earth's air, killing our precious birds? What makes them such a threat? While we give billions to this genocide, like so many other genocides, we have funded or committed past and present. This genocide of a people by a people who have suffered their own genocide. Free Palestine and their people, and the Black trans woman. Free and protect and serve the Native woman, the child. If only those who police could police themselves. Thanks. And then one other small one. Guys. This is also trigger warning, George Floyd and just the genocide of our Black countrymen. Death comes to ease suffering when torture becomes too much. Derek Chauvin, the Joker, his pitchfork knee shows us all the bare, ungodly poison of whiteness. And George Floyd, loved by all and God, was sent up for relief that wouldn't come on earth. And we feel the torture unnatural, and it shows us what we already know. Who now is still too scared to admit it? Thank you.
Tanish, thank you for being a voice of truth and consciousness. Oh my goodness. And that's new poetry. It's so raw and real. Thank you for that. Put your information in the chat if you want people to follow you and know more about your work. Yeah, I have certainly seen some disturbing things. I saw a little boy so shell shocked that he couldn't blink. Yeah, to think that this is the world that we are still living in is just like, what the hell? Michael Sindler. Let's unmute Michael.
Hello. Yes,
Hello.
I'm glad we all managed to make it through the chaos here. I was going to do something else, but after her piece, I thought I'll go ahead and pull out this, and it's actually an old song, and I'm not going to sing it. I'm just going to say my lyrics. It's called "A Way of Shining Out." Do not give in to anger. Do not give in to pain. Do not give in to fear and risk losing all we've gained. Remember, it's not over. Remember, we can fight. Remember, there are others who can still tell wrong from right. The darkness is upon us, of that I have no doubt, but I still believe the light will find a way of shining out. A way of shining out. Do not give in to lethargy. Do not give in to despair. See the night, the dove in flight still circles in the air. Remember other ages when everything seemed lost, when souls who stood together persevered despite the cost. The darkness is upon us, of that I have no doubt, but I still believe the light will find a way of shining out. A way of shining out. I still believe the light will find a way of shining out. A way of shining out. And I'm going to sandwich this one in here. So glad to see Marissa is back. So we're sort of back. I don't see her, but she's semi here. But this one is called Desire. Desire in the blood, roiling wet heat of want, cycles and pulses, pushes need to flush membrane. Desire on the skin, each teasing touch wakes vibratory receptors, texture and atmosphere relay emotion from limbs to lobe. Desire in the eyes drinks up light, fixes image, frames vision in endless shots on the wall of memory. Desire in the ear, soft breath taps against drum, rhythm, tone, and tune decipher every sound of nature's vocabulary. Desire on the tongue, sweet, savory, bitter, salty, sour, tantalize memory and moment, hot and cool mix into medley. Desire in nostrils, 100,000 separate scents, touch sensors, trigger recollection, paint pain poems that fade in instants. Desire in the mind stirs deepest, sleeps fitfully, ever weighing and playing need and want against the other. Desire in the soul, ancient songs, harmony with awareness, knows want is more than moments fancy, unceasing stream of infinite gifted grace. And I'm going to end up with hope is. Hope is to be longed for, dreamed of, a vigil set to await its coming. Hope is to be searched for, to mount exploratory voyages for, following each clue and bent twig of evidence. Hope is to be fought for, defended against despair, stinging needles of falling hail, hate's dull axe pounding against the door. Hope is to be celebrated even before its coming, halls strewn with petals for its bare feet to walk on. Hope is to be caressed, the most gentle grass that does not crush, two forms holding up the other in silent reverence. Hope is to be free to come and go, knowing the cold days apart will lead to a reunion. Hope is the most welcome guest, the most adored spouse. Hope cannot be bound, will come to you in its own time and on its own terms. Hope will not give or accept a ring or token, will not be a slave to any spoken incantation. Whether following in its tracks or opening your gates and windows to allow it entrance, hope may be elusive, but is no illusion. Its one kiss will exceed any elixir, its breath, the silent song that makes survival possible. Hope is a trickster that steps out from the shadow, letting you know it has been here all along when you thought it was lost or torn away. Hope laughs in sympathy, never with disdain, a joyous trill to pull lips into a smile. Hope sleeps soundly and soundlessly, but awakes to find you and teach you new songs. Okay, thank y'all.
All right, Michael Sindler. Wow, that's, I think, the most romantic I've heard you be. That was really nice. Refreshing. Beautiful. Joski C is in the building. Let's bring in Joski C to jam.
Hola, bruja.
Hola, Joski. How you doing tonight?
I'm good, thank you. I'm happy to be here. And
Wait to hear what you got for us tonight.
well, thank you. I'm going to start with a poem. I wrote this poem for children in Afghanistan, and tonight it's for children in Gaza, children anywhere, any victims of violence. It's called Remains of Angels. Ribbons of light, 9 children in flight, wings stretched toward horizons. All at once, 9 children bounce on ground unprepared to receive them. Wings torn by foreign arms, 9 angels falling down. Their bird bones scratch the rough earth skin, collapse and fold in unnatural poses. Remains of angels on a field, lips of shale, pupils black holes, chests and bellies still as stones, ribbons of light extinguished. Sent to the slaughter, our sons and our daughters, hands on their joysticks, eyes open wide, in a land that is burning, the gun barrels turning. Who'll be returning and who will decide? Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. How can we sacrifice innocent youth? Hope's a mirage, shimmers on sand. War can't bring peace to this suffering, suffering land. Oh, the war plan concoctors and all their spin doctors can't justify murder by telling us lies. Desert of oil, ocean of greed. Drop all our bombs and then watch the world bleed. eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. How can we sacrifice innocent youth? Hope's a mirage, shimmers on sand. War can't bring peace to this suffering, 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 suffering land.
Whoa, Joski! Oh my goodness. That was beautiful. Everybody's loving it. Oh
Thank you
my
so
God.
much.
That, oh my God. Suffering, suffering. Oh,
You got it, Bruja.
man, what a bop. Like you take all the pain in the world and still make it like rock. That's a gift. What a blessing. Thank you, Joski.
Thank you so much. I'm always honored to be here. I appreciate all of you so much.
So Deneen is up next. Can I ask you a question? Deneen is your wife, right? Or is
Yeah.
okay. Why are you guys never in the same room? I was like, is this never have I seen you guys like together in the Zoom.
I'm usually hanging out with all the music stuff, right? So I got this mic thing, and I'm standing. It's kind of like that.
I was like, oh,
I hope
maybe,
much more corporate.
maybe it's all been, like a fairy tale.
Oh, there, Bruja. Don't wake me up from my dream, because it's a good one.
Oh man, Joski's the best. Deneen, how you doing tonight? How do you handle all that sweetness and not have like cavities all?
I try, it's been a long time. He actually is a good man. He's sweet to me. He cooks
Ah,
all the time. He's just nice to me. He's always been nice to me. I like him because he's nice and he's loving.
oh,
Yeah.
what a blessing. I'm just trying to find a man that loves me more than Pinky does. Because Pinky loves me a lot, but I want a man that loves me more than her.
You will. Look at you. Look at you. I set people up all the time. I really do.
Well, what are you gonna share with us tonight, other than match make me and Pinky? See, Pinky, you talking about me? What you gonna do for us, Denise? Let me know.
I'm gonna say, take a lick, lickety split. Stay still while we kill. No matter what the words, I'm scared. I'm an introvert. I can't breathe. Black and brown bodies fly. Death on a platter as blood drains by. Stains on uniforms leads you to the spills. Casualties are casual cruelties. So take your lick. So take your last lick, lickety split.
Oh, Denise.
Yeah, I write academia all the time and public policies and grants. And what's missing all the time is poetry, because poetry is if I want to hire poets because that will just it will make the picture,
Right.
you know.
You would bring humanity to the rules, right? Like to that.
Yeah, you guys tell the whole story in so many. You just can do it. I love poets, and
And
so that's what I want to hire, and we better start hiring you guys.
Well, Deneen, you're a poet too. You know, it's official. So thank you. I'm so happy to hear you, and you know, I just love it. I love hearing your take and what words you choose to describe the inhumane things that you see, and being in part of that world, you know, and seeing it like right in your face, right? And like, but it's like poetry translates the trauma into something else, you know? It's just
You guys are just great. You guys just nail it. That's what I was trying to say. You nail it. And you nail it. And they're always trying to tell us to use fewer words. So
thank you, Deneen. Mwah! Much love to you. So inspiring. Thank
you're
you.
okay.
Oh, hey, let's see now what Marissa Prada is gonna share with us tonight. How
Oh
you
my
doing?
gosh, it's just so lucky I'm here.
Yeah, why? What happened? Is it a miracle? What happened?
Well, I'm taking a break from poetry, from spoken word, and it just happened someone asked me about the Neolink, and I was like, what? And I checked, and it said artist ticket, and I was like, well, I guess I'm getting an artist ticket, and y'all get to hear me now.
Right?
So
You thought you were slipping away from us and it just got you back in.
it sucked me back in. So it's okay. I'm glad to be here. I love seeing you, La Bruja, and my Neo family. And so yes, the poem I'm going to read for you tonight, it is new shit. I wrote this for Fincabulary last week. Trisha De Jesus had the theme of the Rolling Stones. So for those who have not heard this poem, there's 105 Rolling Stones titles in this piece for you tonight. All right, I hope I hope you're a Rolling Stones fan. It's titled Painted Black. Give me shelter from the love in vain I wait in vain for. Around and around, I am a fool to cry these faraway eyes, for this out of time clock will not fade away. Only cry to me for an emotional rescue. So worried about you and your heart of stone. Give me shelter from these torn and frayed days. You drift away, gotta get away. Can't take the flight 505, 'cause our deep love don't stop, and somehow that's not what you want. So painted black. Paint it all back in the aftermath of you. Sweet black angel, hand of fate, tumbling dice, loving cup of brown sugar satisfaction. Prodigal son, street fighting sensei man. Still time is on my side to ride on, baby. Shine a light on, baby. Then paint it black. Let's spend the night together, then painted black. I want to be loved back, then painted black. You'll be waiting on a friend, dead flowers in your hand, dandelion connection like a Rolling Stone headstone, goodbye girl letter in hand, monkey man. Twist the towel of fate and let it bleed black. My life spent finding you, just you, fool. Then painted black, paint it all back in time. When the whip comes down, wild horses will play with fire under cover of the night. I assume. Don't cry for this child of the moon, honky tonk woman. She's a rainbow, was a rainbow, midnight rambler, walking a moonlit mile, solo journey of no expectations under my thumb, just before they make me run, saying it's only rock and roll anyway. So go find you a factory girl, backstreet girl, all about you, girl. She was hot enough to rip this joint connection. Some girls let it loose, a little T&A. Store me in your memory motel, high and dry, just the way you left me. For I'm all sold out of scrap scribbles used to immortalize you from my imagination. I don't know why I can't quit you, break the spell of you, Ruby Tuesday revolution, rough justice rodeo clowning, jigsaw puzzle of it's complicated. So get off my cloud. Star, star, fall, fall, shattered this 19th nervous breakdown, beast of burden on ventilator blues. How can I stop when time waits for no one? Like I am waiting for, you can't always get what you want. When I love another and know it should be you, having forgotten this low down luxury of love to paint it black, paint it all back. This is the last time I will ever miss you, miss you, miss you. Tired of the misuse of my time, misuse of my love, misuse of my mind to find any more words for you. I'm moving on if you let me. It's not easy to paint it black, to paint it all back, but I gotta go. Let me go. Let us go. See you all down the line. Sister morphine slave, she's so cold, but I'm going home to happy heaven. Can't you hear me knocking? It's all over now. I'm free. For when the pale horse comes, you'll see. That's how strong my love is, baby. Give me shelter to paint it all away. Thank you.
Marissa. Marissa, is there trouble in paradise? What the hell happened? Jesus. What? Last week it was gooey gumdrops, and today you're out. You're like,
It's a rolling, life's a rolling stone, right? But anyways, come find me. Definitely come find me on Facebook, Marissa Prada. IG is Prada Painting and Poetry. I also co-author The Word Is Right, WRITE. And I have a small press. I launched a publishing house, Red or Green Books, Red, READ, redorgreenbooks.com. And we're launching 10 poets this summer and 10 more before Christmas. So come find me.
Marissa Prada. No slouch in the poetry game, boo. Killing it. All right. Thank you, honey. I hope that, I hope things improve and,
They're on the up. They're on the up again. I don't know. It's a roller coaster, right? Growing in with poets and in poetry and in love it's a roller coaster. But I firmly believe if two people are headed on the same journey, the bumps are part of it. So
I agree.
Thank you, La Bruja.
You have blessings of love and all the good stuff. All the good stuff. You deserve it. Okay, now Matthew Marroquin. I saw you do a piece, something about yourself and like who your biggest, your worst enemy, and all of this.
Oh yeah. So I didn't like how the video turned out, so I deleted it. It'd be like that sometimes.
I watched it. Well, I'm glad I caught it before you deleted it.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna reshoot it and then fix it up. Yeah, Premiere Pro did me dirty with some of the edits, but like let's just I was like I can do this poem more justice. Anyways, do a little uke intro into that poem then. But we're just gonna go into it. Let's bring this forward. I love Matthew Marroquin. The Bible says to love your enemies, so I decided to love myself. Now, don't get me wrong, I never hated myself. Well, I never constantly hated myself. I just knew that the only person who has ever kept me from being successful was me. My body decided to stop growing in the womb, squished in my placenta penthouse Super 8 motel, so I was born early, leaving me weak and scrawny, 5 pounds 3 ounces that would never get tall, and have a back that was less aligned than the stars. To top it all off, my brain makes too many chemicals, neurotransmitters misfiring, friendly fire that keeps me from acting normal or staying still or holding in my tears because why can't I be sad when teachers yell at me? My eyes are blind. Can't see 6 inches past my face without my glass guard, and with them I still switch up letters and numbers whenever I read. The Bible says to love your enemies, so I loved myself. I played the sports I wanted to, try to keep up even when I knew I couldn't, but couldn't was just wouldn't in my mind. So I decided that it means it's possible if I just tried. My brain saw that my body could not keep up, could not do it. So it tried to keep me happy, shooting me up with dopamine and levels up to so high that neurotypicals can't even imagine, can't handle this bouncy ball self. And yeah, so it made me a bit anxious, emotional. My hands slipping on that tear gland lever, but that just means I feel. I feel sometimes more than others do. I feel what others do. My brain couldn't make me telepath, so it made my heart empath instead. And even if I wear lenses that change lenses every eye doctor visit, I still have never gotten ojo porque 4 is more than enough. I love Matthew Marroquin because I have to. Because I'm weird and awkward and hyper and blind and clumsy and try to be kind and talk too much. I fret too much. I sweat too much. I was never enough when it came to being what my parents told me a man should be. So my body decided to make so much more of everything else to compensate. Let me reiterate. I love myself because I am too little in some and too much in other, which I ain't no math whiz, but that equals just enough to me. I suppose that's all I wanted to be. Enough. Matthew Marroquin is enough, and I love him for that. Thank you. That's the first one.
Woo, Matthew! Okay, sorry. I had to just applaud.
No, that's okay. That's fine. I like it. It's nice. Yeah, feel free to use our prompts. I love your name. Anyways, this one's from my upcoming book, Guanaco Binge. Come on, get it. Red or Green Books, probably already shouted out that. But this one, I'm not sure if I've ever read this here. Maybe I have. Maybe I haven't. I'm pretty sure I have it. Most of my stuff in my book I have not read anywhere. So there's only a few that I ever read out anywhere, if at all. So that's why you want to buy the book. Anyways, this is called Star Trek, but without anything cool. I'm still trying to find my father's UFO. He told me once that they wouldn't let him work for very long at places because he was an alien. I inspected my bodies for extra tentacles and checked my tongue to see if parts were purple. Nothing. I asked my doctors to look for an extra heartbeat and try to move my Legos with my mind. Nothing. Either my father is a very lame alien or he must have been on another planet. It wasn't the same place where we live now. I think they called it California. Sometimes my dad goes to the attic, so I looked up there for his UFO. Again, nothing. I don't know about those Californians. What they call alien kind of just looks like my father. Thank you.
Matthew Marroquin.
Follow me, Insta Vida _ Marroquin. I'll put it in the chat. Thank y'all for listening.
Vida Maroquin. Get with it. Paula Torre is next. That was super dope.
What's
Paul.
up, bro?
What is
I said,
going
what's
on with the queso, man? Boom, 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 boom. Paul con
I'm
fuego.
here,
A lo necio.
just living up to the name and cheesing. You looking radiant. You looking radiant and white, as Advocate already said. So just showing love to our two hosts who do it all for us. Yeah, I'm excited about this piece I'm gonna read tonight because I didn't think I got on the list either. I looked last night at 9 and shit didn't come up, and then like an hour ago I signed up and I was like, fuck, I guess I gotta write something new. So I legit wrote a piece 30 minutes before.
What? No. Oh, shit.
So
Mega
total
hot
improv.
piping new shit. All
Piping
right.
steaming, yeah. So before I get going, one half of Beast Boys, both Beast Boys in the building. So shout out to Matty Marroquin. One half of Storm Gods in the building. Shout out to Elemental, my brother. I have an event this Saturday with Trisha, aka Finn Bell, on the Poets Lighthouse. So if you follow her or you follow me, you can get the links. I'm gonna have an interview with that phenomenal woman who's a pillar of this community also. All right, getting to this piece. I've been in my feels today and I've been listening to this song a lot, so I wanted to write a poem around it. This is called Use Somebody. I've been roaming around, always looking down at all I see. Painted faces fill the places I can't reach. You know that I could use somebody. You know that I could use somebody. You see, codependency has always befriended me, damn near ended me in relationships, friendships, whatever ship you steer, name that shit, and you can bet I hung my heavy sail of seemingly necessary possession upon its mast. And when I say I could use somebody, I don't mean I mean to use anyone for my own benefit or healing or to make them to an egret, necked, nervous wreck full of regret and frantic panic, but somehow I still do. I fuck up too often. I've done that probably one more time than your will allow or soul should let, and I'm undoubtedly too far gone now to recollect from the archaeology of my selfish artifacts. You know that I could use somebody, someone like you and all you know and how you speak. Countless lovers under cover of the street. You know that I could use somebody. Codependency, as friends became dead to me at the behest of exes, I became dead to them, draining myself of all life force, left used and empty as the bottlenecked glass harbingers that become only company, trusting in false luxury. Inebriation is enemy, drowning in drink, drank, drunk until lungs gush in pulmonary edema. Is he dead? Pull his head up. Off in the night while you live it up, I'm off to sleep. Waging wars to shake the poet and the beat. And I hope it's gonna make you notice. I hope it's gonna make you notice. Someone like me. Always sought someone to complete me completely, but the only hole in me is that I couldn't see we are already born complete. The whole we seek comes when our actions match our speech, when we commit to being the bigger being. And I'm ready now. But maybe the someone I could use isn't even you. Actually, I'm starting to believe that the someone I need is a truly better and whole version of who I see when I roam around, always looking down, and all I see is that somebody I could use this time is me.
Ooh, a lot of self-loving going on tonight. A lot of freedom, a lot of
Thank y'all for allowing me to try out my amateur karaoke skills. Y'all can follow me at Paul Con Queso on IG and Venmo. And love you, bro. Love the new yo. This is my home.
Yes, it is. Nah, you got pipes, man. People like, oh shit, Con Queso can sing. Oh shit. So dope. Yo, codependency. That's that is, mental health awareness month is May. We're still in it, and codependency is I was codependent. I had to break free from codependency, but it was really I still, I still grapple in my mind with it. Voices and things that tell me that, to feel like you need somebody and not yourself. And it's crazy, man. But you keep loving yourself, you keep building yourself. We're loving ourselves and building ourselves together. And at the light of that light at the end of the tunnel, better be some love. That light should be love. I mean, damn. All right, let's see. I don't want to say your name wrong, but we're gonna see Miss Croco. Is this Mirel? Help me.
So I actually go by Miro. I signed up as Miro. So
Okay. Thank you. I looked up Miro, didn't see Miro in the room. I saw you. Okay. All
yeah,
right.
I guess I need to change. I need to change my name on here. Whoops. Sorry about that. It's my first Thursday, so sorry.
Welcome to Thursday night. I hope you're enjoying it thus far.
Yes, I am. The music is amazing, and like what people are sharing so far is really good. So I hope I can contribute. So I've got two pieces. One of them is fresh, is pretty fresh. I wrote it a couple days ago, and the other one I wrote back in March. And it's sort of like a yin and yang. I think you'll see. So like I'm in the dating game, and it's fucking shitty. It rarely ever goes well. And I don't know. Like I've also been dealing with some like self love, etc. issues and realizations, blah blah blah.
No,
So
but it's that time. Like, I mean, we just came out of a pandemic. So if you didn't have already your love of your life, or, like Joski and Deneen, but,
right?
you know what I mean? So for all of us, right, we're like, we had to sit with ourselves and discover ourselves. And then, like, we learned too, like, oh shit, what I thought I wanted is not what I wanted. And, gotta love yourself. So it's all good, Miro. Welcome. I want to hear your freshly written, piping new shit. Let's do it.
Okay, so this is the new stuff. Okay. It's hard to resist getting excited over you after that first date. It's hard to resist checking my phone every 5 seconds, hoping that you'll light up my world. It's hard to resist giving into the agony that comes with a kiss and the long wait for the next. It's hard to resist following my mind when you materialize there and claim my space as yours. But I must. Though the high is intoxicating, I must block the butterflies. I must be reasonable and strive for stability, as I've lost my reason in that first whiff of what could be. I will not let thoughts transport me. I will mute feelings and stay firmly rooted in reality. You are your own person, and I am me. This I try to remember as I struggle against the anticipation, against the fantasy, against the feelings, and resist, resist, resist. And this next one is sort of the flip side of that. Rain falls steady through the trees, hitting the window pane, and alone in bed, I wonder if this is the best of times. Free to read, to write, to drink tea, turn out the light, spread myself wide without worry of disturbing another body, free to enjoy space, the sound of night seeping through the house while the rain serenades this mind to rest. Thank you.
Ain't that the truth right there, though? Those peaceful moments to yourself, what a privilege that is, like I have reminded myself of that exact thing. And it brings me back to the moment, the reality, instead of wanting outside. It's like, wow, the blessing of just being here with myself, it is a beautiful, beautiful thing. Miro, thank you for joining the Thursday night. You want to share how we could follow you?
Yeah, so I'm on IG, Miro Reads Books. I also put out an anthology with Mr. Conqueso and a few others Love Letters to Gaia. I'll pop the link there. It's a bleeding heart. We're not keeping any of the money for ourselves. We're giving it all to one of my favorite environmental organizations. And a few people here are in the book. So I'll put that on there as well.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
It was great to hear you. It was super, super great. Okay, well, let's see what Ed, the fireman foreman, is gonna do to add
Sorry, my bad.
tonight some poetasticness. Did I surprise you? Did I catch you off guard? You was like, oh, it's me.
I'm sorry. I was all like, I was way in the pool, just getting, just soaked and bathing in everyone's po-nificent, incredible, and po-nificent energy. I love it. Everyone's
Awesome.
so fantastic. I
Yes.
got new shit I'm gonna spit, and if you know me, I'm fireman on Thursday. So if anyone, any kids, anyone doesn't want to hear me
You
sing a
already
rhyme,
know what I always say. I tell Nisa, close your eyes. Take it away, Ed.
you cover your ears. All right, no problem. Thank you. Muchas gracias, Senorita Bruja. All right, let's okay, here it is. This is called Bleach Sheets. Bleach sheets, our crimson river of heat. Can you feel the beat? Jolts through your head to your feet. You and me wrapped up in a wet euphoria, exploring a deep degree, looking around your auroras. Your eyes, lips, pussy, eyes, lips, breast, pussy, and hips, lots of loving to go around. I can feel excitement in your nips, madly panting without silent sounds. How to begin this invasion? Nice, light, and slow. It's going to be a scorching situation as our discontent burns down, down, down below. My tongue wiggles in delight, kissing all over your chest. You're shaking with all your might, deep feelings we must confess. Slowly kissing your chest and belly, your eyes open wide, your parts shaking like jelly, my ecstasy seeping in your mind. I slowly spread your thighs, your mouth opens without words. For you, my scrumptious sunrise, I want to feel in your pink blurs. Honey, yes, you're getting lost in the pleasure. You're loosening your iron grip. But please, darling, rest assured, your caves and mountains will drip. I take a deep breath to give you a little kiss. I was thinking a little south. I want to fulfill your wish. I want to send fireworks to your lower mouth. Slow your mind drifts to ecstasy. You can't escape the inner ringing bells. Now, can you really feel me? I got you under my sexual burning spell. Doing you with deep passion, aiming for your satisfaction, our ultimate peak, our climactic counteraction, with a sexual, erotic, and overjoyed distraction. Thank you.
All right. Bleaching them sheets, Edward Foreman. Thank you for your poem.
Thank you. If you want to follow me, my name is Ed, Eddie Foreman at Facebook, and my IG is Ed Foreman92 on Instagram. And I hope everyone have a protesting, horrific, and safe day. And I hope you have a great Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yes, we start the weekend early up in the Thursday nights. All right, spicing it up. And what a perfect segue. Our youth poet laureate of the open mic is next. It's Nisa. Nisa, our 12. Hi.
Hi.
Wasn't that perfect? We went from Ed Foreman into you. You know, I always say close your eyes because you know you're not going to close your ears. How are you, Nisa?
Good. How are you?
Doing good. Good to see you.
All right. This is like perfect segue, but my stand-up piece is on relationships and how they sound really nice. All right. Yeah, relationships sound really nice. Like giving someone those hugs from behind, like kissing them goodnight. They come to watch me do stand-up. But I think about that, and I've recently realized that I do all of that with my dog. I give him kisses goodnight. I give him those hugs from behind. He always comes in the room to watch me do stand-up. Did you know you attract what you fear? Oh my God, look over there. It's a cottagecore lesbian. The agony. Oh, sorry. False alarm. But moral of the story, be gay, do crime. Thank you.
Nisa. We're on the same team, and me and my dog too. And I didn't know you were aspiring to do comedy. I thought you were just aspiring, to do poetry. And you're trying to do it all. I love it, just like me. Nisa. Let's have a moment of silence for Paul Mooney, man. Because he was the realist. Like, Paul Mooney, man. He was an activist. He was a black rights activist. He was just unapologetic. He was fearless. And I was grateful that I got to meet him. Because I've, taken my stab at stand-up too. And it's no easy feat. It's harder than poetry. I'll tell you that much. There's been times that a joke doesn't land and I'll be like, and this poem will do. I would always use poetry as my cushion in case a joke flopped. But Nisa, I love it. You're going to go far, Nisa. You just keep doing it. You're in the right place. You already know. And I mentioned to you today in the podcast. So wherever I go, I take all of you with me. I can assure you that. Okay, so who was next? I got caught up, and it was fast. Jeff Cottrell. Okay, Jeff Cottrell knows about some comedy. What's good, Jeff?
Hey, I give you comedy disguised as poetry. Or is it poetry disguised as comedy? I don't know.
Or is it pink blankets battling? Ooh, ah. I'm sorry, I can't help it. Take it away, Jeff.
Okay, so I got some new shit! And this is called Lazy Book Reports. The best part in Mary Shelley's Frankenstein is when the monster cries, "I am Frankenstein!" And then he goes and kills and eats everybody because he's pure evil. The best part in Bram Stoker's Dracula is when the vampire says, "Bleh, bleh, I want to suck your blood." And then he goes and sparkles all over the place and counts everything he sees. The best part in Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice is when the mother says to her daughter, "Rich men always want to get married." And then the daughter goes and marries that guy because he's so rich and handsome. The best part in William Shakespeare's Hamlet is when the prince holds up the skull and proclaims, "To be or not to be." And then he goes and gets shit done because he's a badass who gets results. The best part in T.S. Eliot's The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock is when the guy sings his beautiful love song and then all the women come and go and he just can't get away from them because he's a hot stud full of mojo. The best part in Bernard Shaw's Man and Superman is when Superman swoops down and saves the man from General Zod, and then everybody cheers because it's so exciting. No talk, all heart-stopping action. The best part in Kurt Vonnegut's Slaughterhouse-5 is that awesome callback to Slaughterhouse 3, which was the best one in the series because it had all those cool battle scenes and heroes who kick ass and say, "That's the way it goes." The best part in Tennessee Williams' A Streetcar Named Desire is when the dude runs out and screams, "Stella! Stella! I love you, Stella!" And then she goes and gives him a smooch, and it's also sweet and romantic. The best part in Charles Dickens' David Copperfield is when the man calls out to the crowd, "I am the hero of my own life!" And then he goes and does more cool magic tricks, and all the orphans cheer and cry, "I want some more!" The best part in William Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet is when the girl stands on the balcony and calls, "Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo?" And then he goes and jumps out and says, "Here I am," and they live happily ever after forever. The best part in Bernard Shaw's Pygmalion is when the flower girl dances and sings, "The rain in Spain stays mainly in the plain." And then she goes and falls in love with the professor because they're so perfect for each other. And the best part in Sesame Street's The Monster at the end of this book is when the big scary monster eats Grover at the end. That was called Lazy Book Reports.
That was a lot of fun, Jeff. What inspired that to like lead you into like?
I don't know. That just, I don't know where it came from. Just, making fun of people who don't read the book, but they know the popular image of it. And
Okay. I love your impersonation of Dracula. Bleh, bleh. Classic. JeffCottrell.com doing his thing. Thank you so much, Jeff. Always great to hear you. So I thought we were gonna hear DG clearing, but he has cleared out the room. I don't know where he is. So let's see what's good with Cat Man Bill.
Hold on there. Hold on. I didn't know I was up next.
Like Ed Foreman. Ed Foreman got caught on the floor. He was like, "Whoa!" Catman was napping, taking a cat nap. Bill.
I put my fingers in my ears in solidarity with Nisa before, so
No, you close your eyes. I told you nobody's gonna cover their ears around here.
okay. So I wrote this song actually a few years ago after Greta Thunberg had made her famous speech at the UN at the tender age of 16, and it's called "Song of Greta Thunberg." That there. I am Greta, I'm just 16. I should be in school today. Instead I stand here before you, disappointed with your stagnant ways. We have come here to let you know that change is coming soon. People throughout the world will tell you the planet is almost doomed. Mass extinction all around us. We're not here to beg you to care for our future, as you have ignored us all too soon. 20 years or more have come and gone with your climate change conferences. 100 million barrels of daily crude pumped into the air like food. This road of madness that we're on, with many species now extinct, you have failed us with your preaching. You stand there with your open mouth and blink. Some people say that I should be in school, that I should be a climate scientist, learning what none of you will listen, of poisoning emissions. The climate crisis is now resolved. We have all the facts we need. The Paris conference said it well, but you have failed to stop this greed. We have come here to let you know that change is coming soon. People throughout the world will tell you the planet is almost doomed. Greta, I'm just 16. I should be in school today. Instead, I stand here before you, disappointed with your stagnant ways. Thank you.
Catman Bill. Thank you. Stagnant ways is right. The heck are we doing?
Yeah. Well, I've started my pollinator gardens, and I'm trying to actually influence the city of Hartford to establish pollinator gardens throughout all of our parks and green areas, and we'll see where that leads to.
Beautiful. Oh, well, I'm close to the rainforest, and I go there, quite often, and I go there at night, and the sound is so spooky because so much life is out there. I swear, I freak myself out just for the joy of it.
Yeah.
So life in the forest. So, I feel like the ancestors are the trees, and like the trees are talking, and I don't know, it's just nature needs to be respected.
Which forest do you go out to?
El Yunque. El
Oh,
Yunque.
of course. I've been there before. Beautiful.
Stunning, amazing, but freaky at night, man. It's so alive. It's what movies are made of. Thank you so much, Catman Bill. Okay, so let's see what's good with Generalissimo Brian Franco, one of the most romantic poets of the open mic.
Oh, but alas, I'm not doing romance tonight. I'm gonna change it up a bit. If I can find what I had, I think this is it. These were both done in workshops this week. The first is called Rain Can Be Everything Under the Sun. To grow up in Mobile, Alabama is to grow up in rain. Azaleas, camellias, dogwoods, and magnolias were plentiful. Each existed in the front yard of the split-level brick home my family lived in. Mobile was less than 3 hours from New Orleans and often bested the Big Easy at precipitation. Once I was mowing the yard and it started to lightly sprinkle. The cooling raindrops hit my sweat-soaked being, and it felt like a gift from above. Of course, when I was able to mow it again, the grass was thicker and it took that much longer to mow the yard. Rain can be pretty to look at, even though the sky becomes gray in a way that never feels neutral. Even when it rains at the beach, there is a certain beauty that can't be denied. It's like Jackson Pollock is trying to drip and drizzle the azure Gulf of Mexico and its sugar white sands with clear paint. But rain also causes floods. When I was 17, I worked delivering airline tickets for the travel agency where my mom worked. I was driving through Midtown Mobile when it started pouring so fast the water level on Dolphin Street encroached the tires enough to cause me to hydroplane and pinwheel into a jaywalking woman. There were witnesses that said she was crossing not at the crosswalk. She had knocked the side view mirror off the driver door. The police report stated that she had hit my car. I was in shock as she was wheeled away in an ambulance. My mom and our boss Phil drove to retrieve the car, and Mom drove me home. It took me 5 days to get behind the wheel of a car again, at the insistence of Phil. Nightmares flooded my sleep for more than a year after the accident. I was declared officially not at fault, so my teenage insurance rates weren't raised. I never found out what happened to the woman. And the next poem is called What Do You Do When There's Nothing to Do? There is a question that can cause more stress than any other. What do you do? In general, it refers to a job, not breathing, or getting out of bed, or showering daily, or driving. But so many people decide how much time or energy to invest in other people based on what do you do? Well, I cook my own food, create recipes, and quite nicely according to people that aren't me. I do laundry in my own washer and dryer and feel a therapeutic satisfaction when I fold them, put them away, then wear them the next day. Gardening and yard work are both dirt and pleasure-inducing activities. I like to read the newspaper, especially the comics editorials and letters. There is a satisfaction I get from the crisp feel of the paper, medicinal smell of the ink. How much more reading the news makes me think about it, and how one laugh out loud comic strip will reside in my mind as preventative care for difficult days. My dad used to say if everyone read the comics every day, the world would be a better place. I sometimes sit down and do nothing, no thinking or meditating or special breathing. Maybe that is meditating. I sometimes think words into poetry that turn into out loud performances in front of no one else, then find their way to paper, then an open mic, and I become a newspaper for the audience to find a laugh out loud comic strip or just some words that induce thought or even emotion. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Generalissimo Brian Franco. I'm glad you made it onto the list. You had reached out to me for something else. You had sent
Oh, that's right. Yes, I almost forgot. Zippity doo dah. Yes, me, Michael Simler, and of course, Danans, who most of you know, are going to be at the Stay at Home Fringe Fest in Glasgow, Scotland on Sunday. And I'm going to put everything in the chat with all the right times for all the right time zones. I had it wrong for a couple of days.
Congratulations, the three of you guys.
Yeah, we put together a little show. We're called, what are we called, Simler? Are you here?
He is here. Oh my God, you guys
Simler, what is it called? He's
Oh,
not gonna answer. Is he? It's
I have
called,
to unmute him. Let me see if I can unmute Michael. Did he leave? Oh, I think he bounced. He was like,
well, we're gonna be called the Beardo Bards of the Bardo. And that name, well, it was sort of a bit of a group thing, but it was mostly similar. They came up with the whole thing. So, and it's Sunday. It's going to be 4:30 Central. 4:30 Eastern time, and I'm going to put it all in the chat right this second.
All right. Well, thank you, Generalissimo. I'm
right. Gracias for letting me make this announcement because, we're working hard to put together a nice show.
Yeah, you see, it was meant to be. I pay attention.
I almost forgot.
Speaking of someone that pays attention, our Monday night host, advocate of words, the Sonny to my Cher. Where is he?
What's going on? How are you?
Good words. What's good?
I've had a very long day, so I apologize if I'm not as energized, but I'm good.
Whatever. Pass the dutchie on the left hand side.
It's legal now. It's legal, so I'm technically allowed to admit it. So, but anyway, I decided to share two short poems that I wrote when I was much younger, much more innocent, and because I haven't shared these poems in a long time, I want to do it. So first one is like from my early 20s. It's called Saturday Job Fever, and of course I'm saying early 20s because I am far away from my early 20s. While selling seasonal strawberries and explaining to the bourgeois we don't tie the leaves, hence our cauliflower is yellow from sun exposure, a woman with grappling hooks for hair walks by. For a second, me and the greenhouse tomatoes thought it was you. Nothing worse than having your ex run into you while fruit flies and kohlrabi compete with your clothes for space on your body. We now work in the same neighborhood, and I was bound to be caught with my food apron down. I gave some lady too much change when I kept one eye on the subway entrance, assuming you would be going to or coming from work. I went to 3 different eateries during my break. I pretended to act indecisive when I was just trying to give happenstance a fighting chance. I did overtime and volunteered to carry tubs of rotted corn husk used to feed milk cows to the farm stand closest to your job. Between my first sale of the day and rolling up the tent, I saw you not once, but my heart dropped during every potential encounter. All that just to realize, knowing you would probably never work on a Saturday to begin with. So that's called Saturday Job Fever. And this last one.
Super sweet. Oh my God. Oh my God. I love that, the anticipation of it though. Like that, advocate award.
Thank you. Yeah, someone named Marissa Prada was in the chat, trying to say that, I don't write in certain ways. And I'm like, there's a lot you don't know about me. So I'm showing you guys my sweet side. Now I'm going to show you a little bit of my mischievous side. When I was young, teenager, started young for me. It's called First Step. In high school, I opted to take modern dance and ballet class over gym. While my boys ran layup drills and suicides, I plied and relevé. During lunch, I got gigged on, thoroughly questioned and unknowingly shunned. I remained shut, confined to a secret. I did not trust the public's hands with the bones in my closet. I was happy with who I was, felt I had a first step over them all. Midway into the semester, the truth came out. While Miss Jordan had the class practicing lifts, one of my boys from b-ball practice walked by the dance studio and peered in. There I was, in navy blue sweatpants and a white tee, sweating, breathing hard, catching and juggling 30 girls in tights, young agile angels at my sole disposal. I knew me being the only guy in the class meant me being everyone's partner. My forte was tight. I learned the cat's claw while Michelle's thigh gripped my waist, mastered the floor work behind Tina's spot on the mat, and gleefully threw my back out practicing the grand chate with Daisy. Needless to say, I went from being assumed as being homosexual to being viewed as an ingenious pervert. 2 weeks later, I transferred out of the class and spent the rest of the year trying to box out shirtless guys for a rebound. How masculine of me. End poem.
Yes, advocate of words. You prima donna, you. Look at you.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys giving me the time. Of course, if you don't know who I am, check me out, Advocate of Words. When you spell that words, that's with a Z at the end, because, poetic license in the Bronx.
Yes. Oh my
God.
The Bronx. You gleefully blew your back out.
While practicing the grand chate with Daisy. Yes, I did. Yo, I was so ahead of my time. I was so ahead of my time, and I was okay with it. But then people caught on, so then I couldn't keep doing it. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna play basketball and blah, blah. Like, it really went down like that. But yeah, I was ahead of my time back then. So.
Genius. I was in ballet class, but on Saturdays there was no boys there.
I took it, but I was in high school, and I was already on the baseball team. And I tried to play it off like, I read somewhere that like NFL players took ballet for better balance and agility, and I'm on the baseball team and I want to do the same, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
You're genius, an advocate of genius. An ingenious pervert, not surprised, says who happens to be next. So,
thank you for your time, sis. Love you.
Love you. Advocate of Words, our Monday night online open mic host. Yo, your production level still is just supreme, I must say. Always, always, always. So Thomas Connor, let's see what's good. Advocate of Pervs. Says Poco Queso. Por la torre, yo. Oh, man.
That was dope, Paul. Love it. Bring the heat. Bring the heat. Oh, my God. He's gonna.
And I made his alias or his alter ego inadequate with verbs, but having verbs is just that's killer right there. How you doing, Thomas?
I'm good. I'm good. How's everybody doing tonight? So I was going through my father's stuff again, and I came across one of his hats, and it reminded me of when I had a conversation with him about Woodstock. I don't even know what started the conversation. He was like, Harlem had a Woodstock too, and I was like, really? So I wrote it. I wrote this based on the conversation I had with him. 142nd and Lenox, Train, Davis, and Thelonious, Ellington and Parker, Armstrong and his trumpet, police panicking. I guess they were too black and strong like the coast of the Lagos. 100,000 strong, trumpets and drums saging the air, their communion holy, dropping hymns under orange moons, harvesting ears, bass drums banging like beatboxes on Brooklyn corners. Harlem, Woodstock, John and Nina, they beautiful, robust fruit. Harlem, Woodstock, no flower childs or acid, just jazzmatazz, scatting like Scatman. BB strumming his blues. Black Panther guarding Harlem's jewels. My pops toe tapping, finger snapping like he was at the New York. He was a daddy-o. 1969, summer of love filled with rhythm and grooves like Pop's shoes that I could never, ever fill. Peace.
Beautiful. Wow, Thomas Connor. So that happened in Harlem?
Yep, he told me that, and I stood like, "What? I never heard of it." But yeah, it was the same year that Woodstock popped off.
Wow, that is so cool. That
Yep,
must have
yep.
been time.
Yeah. He was a huge jazz fan. That's why I got a lot of jazz poems for him. Yep. And I was a daddy's boy. I wasn't a mama's boy, which drove my mother up the wall. But that's a whole different story.
Lovely. Thank you, Thomas Connor, for sharing that beautiful poem and letting us know about that Harlem history we did not know. And blessings to your father's spirit.
Thank you. Peace. Yeah, definitely. Yep.
Okay.
We appreciate that.
Absolutely. So, Idiono, or how do I say your name? Correct me if I'm wrong, has a haiku to share with us.
I'm trying to. Hi, La Bruja.
Hello.
My name is Idianga.
Idianga.
Yes. Thank you so much for putting me on last minute, too. I really appreciate that.
No, it's a perfect opportunity. It was meant to be that way. There was a glitch in the system, and it meant that we had to hear your poem. Is this your first time here on a Thursday night?
It's my first time here on a Thursday night, and it's also my first New Yo piece.
All right. Let's hear it.
I was kind of inspired by the fact that everybody had a little bit of a musical situation. So, I keep on falling, arms wide open, diving into the deep crevices of your broken heart. The landing strip or runway for runaways, now launching pad, daring leaps and bounds to take flight in love again. Tell me why I always fall for your time, for your time. Thank you.
Yeah, Django. Oh my
Thank
God.
you.
That's a song right there. Why do I always fall for your type? Wow.
Why?
Why?
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. Great to see you, meet you, and hear you. Please return
I shall.
anytime. Beautiful. Okay, well, first on our list was Marco, and Marco has joined us. He missed the opening, but he's returning now. Let's see what's good with Marco.
Hey, how are you, Brua?
Doing good. How are you? Welcome back.
Yeah, no, it's been a while. I'm so excited to be back. And thank you for putting me on amidst all that. I'm so sorry I missed my spot.
It's okay. Take your time. You've got some time here, so do your thing.
All right. Actually, before I get started, I used to be a student in special ed, and people hear a different sort of special when that ed is next to it, you know? You say we're slow, which I beg to differ. You call us differently abled like we're magic, except I bet you bet we can't cast, much less spell any of our conjurings. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, 1 second. I'm sorry. Except I bet you bet we can't cast, much less spell any of our conjurings. Yes, you're fine if me said that word's good, and I'll. This part's a little new. I'm sorry. 1 second. 1 second. Hang on. All right. I'm good. You're fine if me say that word's good, but really, you ought to be awestruck when one articulates verbiage succinctly. Fuck out of here, speech therapy. That doesn't sound like a guy who breaks everything. Most of that didn't. Sounds like my back pays attention when it's turned. Hell, I could be facing forward. Boss will go leap, thinking I know to look. And if I do, it's almost always at his blank stare. Rubber-necked, wondering, why do we sign his check? Hey, think he knows he has 3 heads? Meanwhile, this one's craning side to side, muttering, don't peek, come on, fellas, work with me. Now, I can only say sorry, because out loud I'm on the spectrum, comes out like I'm on the spectrum. Or maybe it's on me, I'd wonder in geometry when they'd notice my posture rocking to the tune of Miss Brown carrying the 2. It wasn't even my jam, but felt if I disclosed why my brain just goes, sometimes I'd wind up high-fiving another hand I'm taller than for pouring water in a cup all by yourself. Yeah, way to go, buddy. And again, Mark, it is 2021 and all areas are gray now. Maybe I'll erase that assumption. My brain's no bigger than the short bus I never took. And that's bus with 1 S, by the way. That I is capitalized, by the way. If you could look at that sentence right now, you'd find took as in past tense, as in no longer will I get such when they're like, he can't do much. Fucking kidding me? Read your sonnet, motherfucker. By the way, the guy who breaks everything just fixed your mouth. Hear yourself? Huh? You're going, wow. Oof. Thank you so much. My name is Marco Romeo. If you like what you saw, follow me on Instagram. I'm on Instagram at Marco Romeo Poetry. I'll put it in the chat. Have a great night. Thanks again.
Yes, you did that, Marco. Wow, that was strong.
Thanks.
Love it. Love it. Marco Romeo, everybody. Check him out. Follow him. Right? Marissa said, yes. Yes, you did do that. Yes, you did. Okay. Marco Romeo, thank you for that. The Withdrawn is going to join us. Nicholas Correa.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Oh, you what? Oh, here you
No,
are.
my fault. I'm cleaning. My apartment is hot as balls. It was like 88 degrees today. It's crazy. I was so ready for that, but it's hot.
Brick, and now all of a sudden it's hot. Gotta be ready. Got to get your AC or your fan or whatever you got.
Something ice.
Well, you know, the old school way was to put a block of ice in front of the fan so that it sends, it cools the air.
Yeah, I'll be doing that.
Don't put, the steamed up underwear in front of the fan after sweating it up, because then that'll have an effect too.
Yeah, the Jeff Cottrell blanket in front of the fan,
Damn, Jeff.
I love you, Jeff.
That pink blanket is so damn famous. So I know you didn't expect to perform for us tonight, but what you gonna do?
I'm ready, man. I got a semi new shit. It's called Love Faces Again. I'll probably be posting this soon, but it's a sample over a Trey Songz Love Faces song. So Mama do acapella. I can't wait to see you again, to be making them love faces. To surrender myself in you no matter what the time of day is. Want me to come, but I'm trying to preach and polish patience. For you and for me. Had to make a few changes. My stamina was weak. 18 pounds down. Less minus another 15. Finally stopped the weight on this encephalon. So good mid-top, you're gonna have to text a friend. Or a kin. Like one of the racists. Let them know you getting tongued down and fucked by a Puerto Rican and black. So good post-top, feels like you just got out the gym. If your clique could wonder, it wouldn't walk without a limp. You not fitting my mouth is like yang without the yin. Or drawn without the width. Let's say fuck it and fuck in public spaces without a mask. Laugh at how everyone reacts as they scan us and the plot thickens like your ass. They might have heard about you before, like stop repeating yourself, stupid. I can't help that each and every time I'm within your walls, it be feeling like it's new shit. Send you to the salon so they have something to fix. Don't shave my face so you have something to grip. The blacker the berry, baby. The sweeter the juice. Dark absorbs more heat. So when indoors, that's what this dark D will do. You get hotter and hotter. Never plateau. When I suck on that lower lip, without fail, grab hold. Keep me Possess me. Suggest to the energy what my liberation with limitations are. Tighten your legs around my lumbar region for every potentially missed bar. Remind your organs that I'm here to do more than simply leave them with a few dents. Cause your face and my face, baby. We're about to reinvent. Thank you.
Ooh.
I'm sweating my ass off.
Hey man, you talking about that heat? Well, what do you expect? I love your approach too. It's like it sounds just like how do I describe? It's like damn it, there's just like there's like a hunger to it, but you know, there's like a I don't know. It's the withdrawn. That's what it is.
I love
Nicholas,
you,
go.
man. Thank you.
Mwah. Thank you. Bravo. All right, we're going to keep this heat going. We're going to keep it flowing. We got Elemental coming up. What's good?
Bruja, what's good? It's been a minute.
Yes, yes, yes.
Been a minute. Good to see you. Glad you're still rocking. Peace and blessings to all the poets before me and after. Storm God's in the building. The original 10 is in the building. Voltron Rising. Got some things coming. My book Calamity is coming. Check it out, elemental.com. Everything. Red or Green Books, Vocabulary. Truly appreciate all of you. I have to turn this up. This is on some. I apologize if I offend anybody, but this is just how it goes. So here it is. Do you know what it really means to be Black in America? I mean, this Black, in this America, in this century. Since they started keeping records in this country, Black has been all bad except behind property lines or child lines, snorting lines of white lies called textbooks and cages, classrooms, force-fed fabrications, and expected to stay on the right side of what they call the law. Funny how mandates from men pen foundation in their script of isms, attempting to sound inclusive as long as your melanin saturation is a constant vanilla smooth, picked from the softest vines in the Milky Way. Melatonin ink stains on flimsy parchment to keep you dreaming the American dream. Being this Black in this America, I've had it. Scraping our lives from the bottom of their boots, begging for scraps from unholy tables, tired of counterfeit attempts to paint the white picture of failed experiments and delusions of grandeur. This is dedicated to those that truly, truly believe Black has no place in America other than minstrelsy. That has long been a piece of America's pastime. And such a great time it was, right? Of course they'd want to make America that great again when hating Black was cool as the other side of the pillow. Cotton, freshly picked by bloody hands in the name of building their fortunes. They say we have no right to claim, no right to demand the wages stolen in the summer sun, tilling and toiling under the crack of their whip with a two-headed coin that said death or enslavement. Where do you escape when all you've ever known is bondage? In America loves antebellum tales to remind us they saved us from the jungles and backwards thinking of our homeland to give us refinement, culture, and purpose. Funny how slave narrative release dates coincide with Black tragedy, a counter for every measure we think we can outweigh a scale, showing the world their unrelenting fervency for control of every color in the spectrum in hopes they will resonate deep enough to enjoy, just not enough to tarnish their pearly red, white, and blue nooses to hang our cries for justice on the poplar trees. Stop it, please. It's embarrassing. Your luxurious lip service with zero intentions to distinguish fact from fiction. You simply turn up the volume on your favorite anthem and hold steadfast to the same ideals that led us here in the first place. Being Black, in this America, In this century, finding ways to pilot these unfriendly skies when the ground is riddled with landmines in uniform, what would you call it? Being Black in America is war.
Ooh. Cool as the other side of the pillow cotton. Oh! Damn. Elemental. Wow. That was super, super powerful. Wait, I didn't mean to mute you. So
I appreciate you, my Bruja. I truly, truly appreciate all of you. Truly, truly. Elemental.com. Truly. Storm Gods, Voltron, Beast Boys. Check it out. Stay plugged in. Peace and blessings.
all that. Voltron, everything. Elemental. Yo, got mad crews. Y'all are just forming, like transforming. Like y'all are just Voltron coming soon. That was just super great. Yeah, always brings it. Paula Torre is right. So much bromance up in here. Yes, there is. There is a lot of testimonial, testosteronious love. It's fantastic. I love it. So I did put in the chat if if anybody that didn't read wanted to go, because we've reached the end of the list, and I have to get up mad early, so this does not hurt me if we want to end now. But I will give you the opportunity. Anybody else going once, going twice, because I gotta get up early in the morning. Nisa wants to go again. Okay, Nisa. Oh, Mary Lee didn't go. Okay. All right, hold on, Nisa. Hold on. Let's see what's good with Mary Lee. Because Mary Lee didn't go, and it's only fair. Mary Lee Johnson asking to unmute.
Thank you. Coming to this open mic is my favorite part of every week, and I feel like you guys are all fantastic. So, hoping you'll rub off on me.
That is super sweet.
Yeah, I'm gonna dip my toe in and get some words out there. This poem is called "I Don't Feel Like Being That Person Today." When I saw his Facebook post about a friend's art opening, which asked, "Would anyone like to go with me?" I imagined what it would be like. It made me shake inside because if I went, I wouldn't be the calm person I am now. I'd be a person who doesn't feel at home but acts like you would with company. Outgoing, energetic, happy to be there. I told him numerous times how I felt, about the weight that being with him put on my shoulders, that I even felt suicidal as a way of getting away from him. Neither of us did anything to change our relationship accordingly, though he was very good about talking about our relationship and expressed that he wanted me to be happy. I finally was able to leave him for the second time, determined that this was it, the last time. I now wake up weightless, go to sleep happily alone. I can't see him since I don't want things to resume. Sure, that person I was with him was a lot of fun. Coy, giggly, silly, a clown. It was a way to amuse him, to deflect, while I hid inside myself. We did make each other laugh uproariously, and we did have productive creative times together. We even wrote a rap, and yes, we did have close times. But to be clear, I don't want to risk my mental health and happiness again. This is not up for debate. You want to forever with me? I can promise you, forever, it's over. Thank you.
Wow. Yeah. Going in the theme tonight, man.
I know. I thought I just have to pull this out for tonight.
That was so great.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Mary Lee. How can people follow you?
I don't really have a place to offer up right now, but hopefully soon.
Okay, well, I hope to see you again on a Thursday night. It was a pleasure to hear you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Lee Johnson stepping up to the plate. So our youth poet laureate of the open mic wants to go again, and I am going to oblige.
Hi again.
Hi.
Yeah. So this is another one about my dog. So my 3-year-old, 7-day, 72.5 pit bull terrier mix named Bandit with very mild dermatitis is obese, borderline morbidly obese. The vet said he needs to lose 20 pounds, which is around 30% of his body weight. He survived pretty much on the American dream diet of McDonald's burgers, treats, cheese, and more treats. You may be thinking, what's the problem here? His idea of a diet is holding himself back only one burger a day. There's a problem. And he is an asshole. When he pees in the house, he will bother me until I go see that he's peed in the house. He will constantly bark at people in the house that aren't us, and that'd be great to have a bodyguard by your side to bark at robbers or something. But it's not good when the robbers are your 72-year-old grandparents. I'm moving schools, and the second I got on the Zoom interview, this dog starts barking bloody murder. It sounds like I've kidnapped him. So that's not the first impression you want at a school interview. Hi, I'm Nisa. I kidnap dogs. Anyway, moral of the story, Bandit's very fat. Thank you.
Thank you, Nisa. You got to put Bandit on a diet, man. You got to do something. I started feeding my dog papaya and adding coconut oil and a little bit of papaya mashed into her dog food meat. And she's been doing super great. Just a thought.
Try that.
Thank you, Nisa.
Thank you.
So apparently, Poeta Ku is in the building all the way from Japan. He just decided to stroll on in. If Poeta Ku would like to go. And I see that Javier is considering it. Javier Vega has never performed poetry before. It would be Javier's first time if Javier went. And of course, I would so ever so gladly love to pop that cherry, the poetic cherry, of course. You let me know. Right? Marissa's like, pop it. Oh, he's scared. It's okay, Javier. I understand. But should you get brave enough to do it? Poeta Ku, would you like to recite something? Are you ready to share something? Because we can have you on if you'd like. I'm going to ask to unmute. Even if you don't have anything to perform, you could just say hi to us.
I don't have prepare, so if need little minute.
Oh, you need a minute? It's okay. It's
Okay. Okay.
We don't have that much time.
Okay. Okay. Next week.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. You know what? Yeah, I think what am I gonna do here? Denise wants to go again, a little short one. Javier is scared. Hernandez left. All right, let's see what Deneen has to say, and we'll close out with Deneen. Welcome back, Deneen. Asking to unmute. Going once, going twice. Joski C, get your wife. In the West Wing, be like, yo, honey, you're on. They're calling. Right, text her, call her.
I'm scared now too.
You're scared. Everybody's scared all of a sudden. Are you kidding?
Yeah, I got scared. I just was wanting to. I'm writing a book too called "The Bus Lady" for my mama, and she's dead. Right, she's dead for 2.5 years, and I just want to say something about my brother. My brother was set on fire, back burned, mama screaming and hollering. Me jumping, trying to jump off the 5th floor. Sisters and brothers screaming everywhere. Fire. His back was burned till the day he's died. He died because they thought he was gay. He was 10 years old. They burned his back. He died with the scars on his back. He forgave everyone who did that to him. I did not. I cannot. I still cannot. My father was a Pentecostal preacher who kept saying that gay people, God didn't like gay people, and gay people burned. And so they burned him too. That gives permission when you take from the Bible and say that God doesn't like you and he made you or she made you, and they burned my brother. He has scars on his back till he died. He was 10 years old when they burned him. He forgave them, and I cannot.
Mean.
That's why I.
So powerful. Yeah, we're all speaking. Like, wow, everybody. Miss Amelia is reaching. Well, I said the same. I said, wow. That's all I could say, right? Oh, is she crying? Oh man, Janine, we love you.
Oh, hey.
Oh,
Hey,
you are in the room. Look at you.
yeah. Yeah, this is the same room.
Sorry,
Ooh, boy,
crying.
that she opened up a deep place. And, that was hard.
We love you. I love you guys, and oh my goodness,
Oh, you know we love you, Bruja.
Janine. Let's all put our hands up and send energy to Deneen to help her heal her heart. Thank you for trusting us with your wounds. Thank you so much for trusting us. We're holding space for you. We're holding space for your pain and sending light to you. For all the children that are suffering and being taken out in just these unjust ways. There's so many. Those are our angels in the sky. Those are our angels that are with us, Deneen.
Bruja, we feel you shining all the way over here.
Thank you,
It's
Joe.
amazing.
Thank you. When she mentioned the bus lady, I thought of your song. I didn't know if you saw the chat, your bus lady song to your sister, right?
Yeah, but yeah, this book is amazing. So we can't. I know. Deneen can't wait to share it. It's so. But
Wow.
yeah, it's kind of a different bus lady. But it's
Yeah.
amazing that with these themes. Yeah. Thank you for remembering that. Yeah. Yeah. I
Wow.
wrote about my sister, but Deneen wrote about her mother in
Yeah.
particular, who was amazing and rode the bus across the country, all over the place and everywhere. And she was powerful and beautiful. And so the book is incredible.
Oh man. Well, I can't. We're here to support you and share it. Thank you so much, Deneen and Joski C. The most beautiful couple of our open mic, I must say.
Oh,
Just
you're so sweet.
such an example of love and warmth, humanity, empathy, compassion. So thank you. You guys are an amazing example. And I just will close it out with that because how we're just going to hold space and for all of the children in Palestine, for all of our children that are robbed of their light so young, but their light is in the heavens and it shines on us. But still, we have to just give thanks for our lives, the privilege it is that we can look into the sky and see stars and not bombs. I guess I'll just leave you with that. I love you guys. Thank you for joining me in the New Eurekan Poets Cafe this Thursday on this open mic. Buenas noches, muchas bendiciones y mucho amor para todos ustedes. Stay creative, stay performing, and please return next Thursday because I just live for this. Buenas noches. Much healing to everybody. Thank you.